Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ron Pitts, Executive Director here at the Australian Chamber of Commerce in South Korea. It is my pleasure to welcome you to AustCham Korea's Special Industry Roundtable, The Future of Mobility, with our co-host, the Global Green Growth Institute. This video is part 3 of 4 with today's special guest speaker, Eric Wang, co-founder and CEO of Wind Mobility. Eric will be touching on the role of micro-mobility during and after the pandemic. If you wish to watch the full version of this roundtable, please visit AustCham Korea on YouTube or click on the link in the description. Thank you.
No worries. Thanks. Very much appreciate it. I'm really glad to join the presentation today, and I really appreciate the Australia Chamber of Commerce and the Global Green Institute, Global Growth Institute for organizing this event, as well as our partnership. So just a quick background, right, on Wind in Korea. We're a scooter sharing company and a micromobility sharing company. We actually started as a bike sharing company back in 2017 in Germany, and now we have an operation across the world, right, in Italy, France, UK, Iceland, Israel, and Korea. So we have started in Korea for the very beginning of the scooter sharing, and for more than 2-3 years now. And our current operations Busan, Seoul area, and as well as Jeju and Suwon, a number of these places. And we have 20 people in Korea, and as well as a fleet of proprietary e-scooters. Korea as a market is very interesting for us. It's a very technology adaptive customer base, and it's a very high dense environment, right? It's probably one of the highest density places in the world, right? Where it's good for scooter sharing in the urban environment. The public infrastructure is very good. The road is very good. And in fact, in our 2 to 3 year of operation in Korea, we have never lost a single scooter, right? Which is very unusual. And in terms of where we see in Korea, it's Koreans spends around 1.5 hours on commute and in traffic, and in Seoul this is quite high, and 85% of all cars are single occupant. But in terms of for scooters, what we see is 7 to 12 minutes of average ride time in Korea. And our global average is slightly higher, and then driving distance between 0.5 to 2 kilometers. Basically, average is 1.5 kilometer. In terms of COVID, we see that in the spring of 2019, where everything was shut down, right? It was a big challenge for the scooter sharing company. We were at a stage where where does it take us? The industry is relatively young; it's only 3-year-old, and during COVID there was no usage, given that most places in lockdown. Actually, what we see was Korea was at the forefront of this, right? Because Korea's mobility movement eased earlier than other market. We have seen that scooter actually has picked up quite significantly, as soon as the lockdown is eased, given that people prefer more socially distant transport option rather than using subways or public transit. So we decided to stay on course and continue to invest in innovation and customer service, right, to optimize all the operation across market. So that really helped paid off, right, for our growth in Korea. We have I would say just quickly share our metrics, right? Since when we started versus COVID time, right? It's actually quite quite a good growth, right, in terms of usage, in terms of ridership, and we're seeing 3 rides per scooter per day, and we also see that more and more cities are allocating public spaces from cars to e-scooter, and as well as to pedestrian and bicycles, and even during the winter months, our uptake of scooters multiple times higher than was pre-COVID season. We see record numbers during the summer and expecting this trend to continue, right? So, and we see also more and more city tours allowing e-scooter in their street and public tender and public procurement process. And not only in Korea, but in other markets that we're seeing as well, city are building more and more dedicated bicycle lanes, and actually very much encourage adoption of scooter. And as the desire for social distance commute accelerate, basically the integration of micromobility into the urban transport system. The second is, scooters sometimes, unfortunately get the bad rap of, whether just only be used by tourists, right? And for seeing the city, but that's not the case, actually. The vast majority of scooter usage is used by local resident, right? Here, we have done surveys in our, from our own user base where, roughly 1/3 of scooter usage is from commuting to work. Right. So, and then about 20% is running errands, right? And as well as, for seeing friends and relatives, and only about 30% or so, right? It's, leisure. And, this is, we see consistent data, across some different markets, but some market even has more residents heavy in terms of usage. So scooter in a way is helping become an integral part of your urban fabric system. And I want to share the second hypothesis. It's become a primary right for urban commuter. Right, as I shared the stats earlier from a user survey, this is the stats from our own metric by the hours. Right, we see the morning bump, right, in terms of usage, and a significant afternoon bump, right, and these are 2 commute times, right, we see the highest usage, and basically, what we're seeing is that the people use scooter for the desired purpose to cover first and the last mile journey, where a significant portion of that journey actually end up in the public transit, right, which are bus stop or train station. So, and COVID actually helps, accelerating this development. And 3, the e-scooter here to stay, while city tours more multimodal transport system, the pandemic has really drawn scooter become part of integrated part of the system. We will see more e-mobility offerings in city like scooters, e-bike, moped, as well as other modes. City have fundamentally changed the way to move and commute, and we're very proud to be part of this this development. So in our view, scooter is here to stay, right? And this is our conversation with multiple cities as well as the city across Europe, Korea, and Middle East is the scooters are here to stay. The city actually wanted to have a larger share of their trips down on micromobility. Besides Korea, for instance, Tel Aviv specific states that they want 25% of the trips happen in the city down on micromobility, and scooter sharing is a significant part of that. And so we are really seeing a shift, right, from adoption of cars, right, into scooters, into public transit, into other mobility, and we're proud to be part of this. So that's a quick sharing from my side, right, and happy to take any questions going forward. Thanks, everyone.